We're going to start off with a general introduction to construction estimating. We're going to talk about some terminologies, some of which may be new to you. After that, we'll talk about the attributes of an estimator. Can everybody be a good estimator? Well, maybe we'll discuss that and find out what makes a great estimator great. After that, we're going to touch on construction law as it pertains to us as estimators. We find ourselves in a role that we are quite often submitting bids on behalf of our company. And when we do so, they have some legal ramifications. So during this module, we'll talk about what is the law of bidding. And we'll talk about a particular case that has set the precedents here in Canada for bidding law. We will also talk about contracts, because part of our role quite often is to sign contracts on behalf of our company with the owner or the owner's representatives. So we'll discuss the attributes and components of a contract and what makes a valid contract here in Canada. After that, we're going to talk a little bit about marketing, and some people may say, why are we talking about marketing in a construction estimating course? Well, the reason is that we build a lot of relationships through the course of our career, and we want to touch on the importance of building and maintaining those relationships. So understanding a little bit of the concepts of marketing can be very, very important for us as an estimator. From there, we're going to get into the processes of estimating. Estimating is one of those things that following processes methodically will help us to make sure that nothing is missed, and that at the end of the day, we can be very satisfied that the bid we submitted is error-free. So there's a number of processes for us to be able to discuss. The first one would be the pre-bid process. That is actually a fairly large area. There's a lot of things for us to consider before we actually make the decision to go ahead and bid and get into the rest of the processes. Once we have made that decision to bid, we probably need to do some sort of a takeoff. So we'll do the quantity takeoff process, will be the next module. And from there, we'll do some measuring, and we'll understand the different types of materials and things for us to consider when we're doing a materials takeoff. From there, we'll get into the costing process. We probably need to find out from our material suppliers what the cost of materials are going to be. We also need crews to install these materials, so we'll talk about the costs of labor, the cost of our equipment, the cost of subcontractors that are going to help us to do some of the work if we are a general contractor. After that, we're going to talk about the bid proposal process. Once we have all these components put together, we need to present it, and we need to talk about some of the different ways that we can present our bid. Sometimes bids will be in public, and sometimes they'll be more private as well. So there's a couple of different ways that we can present bids, and we'll discuss those further in module number 9. From there is the post-bid process. Because what's going to happen is one of two things. Typically, we are either going to get the phone call that says, congratulations, and we have won the bid, or we may find out that we were not successful. So we're going to talk about the lessons we can learn from either winning or not winning a bid, and how we can take those lessons learned and maybe better our systems for the next time around.